Hello, everybody. Today I will be discussing with you the topic on whether or not marijuana is a gateway drug. Now, you may have grown up hearing from adults that marijuana leads you to be more susceptible to other drugs, to more harsher, dangerous, and addictive drugs in specific. I personally don't believe this to be the case, or at least not as it's simplified out to be. I believe that marijuana isn't the true cause, but rather the underlying variables such as environment, peer pressure, or mental illness, which I'll get on later in this speech. But I will be giving 3 reasons that support my claim, as well as 4 sources that helped me shape my perspective. Now, first, people who start with marijuana don't usually move on to trying other harder substances. Just because it comes first, it doesn't mean that just because it comes first doesn't mean it's the causation. Correlation does not equal causation, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say here is that many people who try marijuana will never go on to try another drug in their life. And what do we have to say about those people? Second, I've done some research into the gateway effect. And rather than marijuana being the gateway, it's more so the person's family history of substance abuse, or it could be mental illnesses, peer pressure, things of the sorts. The CDC points this out in development, talking about their underlying causes such as anxiety, depression, or again, family substance abuse, which all ties together. And third, in some cases, marijuana has been linked to reducing harm in more harsher drugs. In this case, opioids. Now, there's some interesting research backing this up, specifically with the UPMC, which is the University of Pennsylvania Medical Center, or Pittsburgh Medical Center, my bad, which they saw a 7.6 decrease in opioid-related medical visits with the legalization of marijuana in that state. Now, those numbers stayed low even afterwards, so it speaks big for the topic. Another study for the NORML, which is the National Organization of Refining Marijuana Laws, who followed over 200 boys for 12 years, and they ran a test seeing whether they were more susceptible if they tried marijuana first compared to others who haven't tried marijuana first and jump straight into harder substances. All of this ties into having family background, access to the drugs, things of sorts. Now, today, I have given 3 purposes as to backing my point. Number 1 was that most do not go on to try other harsher drugs. Number 2 is that the underlying causes are the key. Rather than focusing on the plant itself, we should focus on environment and creating healthier living spaces and decision making for the youth. And third, showed that legalization had some data benefits compared to other states who didn't have legalization. Marijuana can be used to reduce the harm and can be used as a therapy to reduce usage in harsher drugs. Thank you.